Are you ready? Now, before anyone clicks away, you're going to want to stay to the end of the video. It'll definitely be worth your while. 2 years ago, I set out to make a video on the last book for second edition Ravenloft called Carnival. Over the course of production, its scope would continuously expand. We'd add on performances from other creatives in the D&D YouTube space that weren't directly related to Ravenloft, conducted interviews with fans of both of the book and of the setting as a whole, and we even brought in some of my contemporaries in the Ravenloft YouTube space and got their thoughts as well. I then brought in a partner on the project, Matt, and he and I would go on to interview the main author of Carnival, John Mangrum. Off the back of that first 2-hour interview, I could see there was much more there than we had anticipated. I then reached out to the creators of second edition Ravenloft, Stan, Steve Miller, William Connors, artist Todd Lockwood, and the legendary Bruce Nesmith. I was able to get to spend a gracious amount of time with, soaking up everything they had to say about that point in Ravenloft's history. And we started to realize how much we underestimated the singularity of that time and how it will never and could never happen again. This was more than just a story about Carnival. After we completed those interviews, we went back to John for a second time, armed with more pointed questions. Some of them were uncomfortable, but John was gracious and open and answered everyone honestly. We felt like we had 3 classic human interest stories wearing a Carnival trench coat. I began editing the over 20 hours of combined footage, and honestly, it was massively overwhelming. I hit a wall rather quickly, and we made the decision to shelve the project temporarily and move on to other things, namely the Exploration series. Well, as things happen sometimes, my ability to dedicate an appropriate amount of time to the channel dissipated until it was running on life support. The reasons are not really germane to what we're doing here. That's not really why I'm talking to you today, but stick with me, I'm going somewhere. A couple months ago, I made the decision to dedicate more time to getting back into the channel. The first thing I did was start to go through all the old footage. I was surprised at how much my time away changed the way I viewed what we had recorded. It turns out, even though I thought we had something unique, my burnout prevented me from seeing how this project checked all the boxes when looking into what makes a great and really special documentary. One that even someone who has never heard of Ravenloft or wasn't into D&D could sit down and watch and get something out of. I'm trying to parse my words here a bit because I don't want to give the cow away for free. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just tell you what those elements are. I want you to be able to experience them. Now, some recent personal events have really driven home the point to me that we don't know how much time we have left here. None of us do, not really. And that the time here that we do have should really be spent dedicated to doing things you love and dedicated to getting them done and getting them completed and creating things for the people who depend on you that they can be really proud of too, like you guys and the people involved in the documentary and everybody who spent so much time with me. Like, that's something that needs to be finished and it can't wait any longer. So having said that, I want to let you know that I have made the decision to fully commit back to this channel, to the backlog of projects, and to commit to creating things that you all can be that proud of. In addition, today I want to announce that Carnival will not only be a 3-part series on YouTube, but we plan on going out to get a new round of in-person interviews with all the creatives who are agreeable to that in order to augment all the footage that we already have. And once we do that, we'll be creating not 1 but 2 versions of the docs, the 3-hour series, and what we like to call a Tight 90 series that is going to be set to industry standards for audio and visual. And we're going to take that into the festival circuit on 2028. We're going to create a real, actual documentary that we're going to try to get out there and get seen and get shopped around. Also today, we are releasing the Ravenlore roadmap of productions and events leading out to the same time period. This cannot be done without a little Hail Mary. And that's where the 15-hour marathon stream comes in. Don't click away. I don't e-beg. I'm not expecting something for nothing. On the 15-hour stream, we'll be holding a 28-lot raffle for collectibles, unique, and some one-of-a-kind items live on air all day. Most of the tickets will be in the $5 to $10 range with only 2 lots cresting the $10 mark. Now, before we go any further and explain what's in the lots and instructions on how this whole thing's going to go, I want to explain what's in it for everyone who purchases at least 1 ticket. Regardless of whether you win or lose, each person will receive the following: lifetime membership to the channel, free of charge, in perpetuity, access to the complete Ravenloft catalog on PDF, invitation to all online screenings of the doc, an executive producer credit on both the YouTube 3-part series and the Tight 90. I love air quotes, they're so useful. And a chance to win a signed copy of Shadowborn, signed by Bill Connors, that he has so graciously offered to help me with the funding. As executive producers, if by any chance the doc does get picked up and purchased for streaming, the monetary split will look like this: 50% of the money will go back into Ravenlore for future projects. 25% will go to all the participants in the creation of the doc, and 25% will be split amongst you all, every executive producer. And all you have to do is buy one ticket, and you automatically get that. You will literally have skin in the game, a real reason to see that the project is the best that it can possibly be. And that's even before we get to the items up for auction, which we're going to detail in this video. Now, for the details. We have an assortment of collectible items from cross sections of all different kinds of interests. Yes, there's a lot of D&D and a lot of Ravenloft items, but there's something for all kinds of verticals. So this event will be for everyone. The majority of the lots will have multiple items in them. There are very few singles. There will also be a surprise ticket that will be announced during the stream for something that is very exciting, and I'm really looking forward to it. Now, more specifically, how it's going to work, there will be a link for each lot next to its corresponding item number in the description of tomorrow's video. That will take you to our production company's Square payment processing page. If you want to purchase tickets for multiple items, they must be done individually. You can't batch purchase them. We need to keep everything separate. Put your contact information in the notes section of your order, either your phone number or email. Now, we're going to be filling out real physical tickets and responding to your contact info with a picture of the tickets for confirmation. So we're grognards around here. We like filling stuff out and then putting them in buckets. And that's how we're going to do it. Now, our financial department has a rough estimate of the money we need to properly complete the roadmap. So there'll be a limited number of allotted tickets for each. So that'll be the ceiling. But there will also be a reserve number of tickets that need to be hit by the end of the stream in order to draw a winner. Now, if an item does not reach that threshold, it will be held over for an additional stream at a later date, but all the tickets you purchased will remain valid. No additional tickets will ever be allotted for items. The total number is locked regardless of what happens. We're not tying a tire. We just want to get this thing off the ground. But we also need a certain amount of money to do the bare minimum, so that's why you have that range. You guys understand what I'm saying. There are no limits to the number of tickets a single individual may buy. Now, as far as shipping goes, we'll cover the shipping on basic and smaller items. If anything other than basic shipping is requested, it'll be up to the winner to cover the difference, but we'll work together to figure out appropriate shipping methods. Again, we're not trying to get rich or get over on anybody. If you're local within 100 miles, pick up or meet up, we can actually be arranged. Now, we'll work all those details out. We're very personable. Now, this is not a charity. No funds will be accepted without the purchase of a ticket. If you don't want to get any of the items, just bid on something and then just give it away to somebody if you don't want an item. But we're not taking any money unless you're getting a ticket. Now, as a thank you to the members of the Discord who have been here through the lean years, they're going to get early access to purchasing tickets, but they will not be allowed to sell out an item. So don't worry, whatever's shown here on the stream today will be available tomorrow for purchase. Now, links will go live on the stream tomorrow somewhere around 9:45 and remain up the entire stream or until an allotment has sold out. This video will be used as a way to get a look at the lots anytime. The lot numbers will be bookmarked at the end, so if you're on the live stream and you want to go look at the items that are for bid, just jump back out, go to the timestamp, look at the items, come back into the stream. I don't want to spend too much time on stream tomorrow detailing every single item. We'll look at them individually, but for the most part, since it's like a free-for-all, this stream or this video today will be used for that purpose. Once a lot is sold out, we will draw the winner live on air. You do not need to be present in stream to win. So again, please leave us good contact info. To enjoy membership benefits, you don't need to be on the Discord. However, it is recommended as most member activities will be funneled through there. And you don't need to be a subscriber to win, except in the case of the mystery ticket. It would be even better if the winner of the mystery ticket were to join the Discord. It would make more sense when you see where the mystery ticket item is. Now, with that out of the way, let's take a look at that roadmap before we take a look at what's in the lots for the auction. Tomorrow, the 28th, that's going to be the official fundraiser stream. We're going to go from 9 in the morning till about 12 o'clock at night, give or take. Day after that, production will start in earnest again on the documentaries, and that will run the entire time till they're completed. September 5th, we're going to bring back members-only movie nights. That'll start on Saturdays after Jason from PhDND finishes his readings on his Discord so he can come over and hang out with us. We don't want to cross them up. On September 12th, photography will begin on Explorations Ep1. We're going to be recording all of our own footage. We're not using any stock footage, so that's what we're going to start shooting. We're going to give ourselves about a month and release on the 16th of October. On the 17th, we're going to do the same thing with episode 2. Start filming. Give us about a month. And then on November 20th, we expect the second episode to be released. Now, on the 21st through January 1st, we're going to take a production break, maybe January 9th. I'll be on Polar Express out in Western Maryland playing Santa. If anybody wants to come out and say hi, you know where to find me. I'll be on a train. On the 9th, we're going to pick up photography on episode 3. Same cycle. On the 12th of February, we're going to release episode 3. 13th, pick up the next bit of filming for the 4th episode. 4th episode will release on March 19th. And we'll actually be at GaryCon when that releases. So the 17th through the 21st, we'll be at GaryCon getting additional footage, smoozing, talking to people, making merry with everybody. So we're gonna have a Raven Lore channel meetup probably on Friday night. If it details and events, there are details to be determined. So as we get closer to that, we'll figure it out. On the 26th, we'll begin filming for the last episode of Explorations, and that'll be set to release on the 30th of April. May 1st, we're going to begin production on the Feast of Goblins extravaganza, and completion dates for that and total episode count is to be determined. That's a little bit far out to give exact on that, but that's sort of the general guideline when that's going to happen. And somewhere between the first of that month and October 15th is when the completed 90-minute documentary is going to begin to get shopped around to the festival circuit. We've already done research. I have the information on when the application dates are and that sort of thing, but I can't give you specifics because we really don't know how it's going to shake out. But that window is when we're going to start submitting to the film festivals. At that point, the 3-episode carnival should have been already released on YouTube, and we can use some of that maybe to drive some excitement for the 90-minute documentary. Now, here is the big one, the thing that I'm super excited about. On November the 11th, 27th through November 14th, we're going to do our first Raven Lore live action role play weekend in the wilderness. There's going to be a bunch of us out there. We're going to go do live action role playing and questing on, I think, 30-acre farm. The location has been nailed down to about 3 places. They're all roughly the same cost, so we can estimate how much that's going to cost in order to, our budgeting department has estimated how much that's going to cost. And that's going to be fun. If anybody knows me, I've had a history of going out and doing live action role playing in the woods, and I want to bring that to you all, that fun and the excitement. And yeah, it's going to be wild. It's going to be enjoyable. I'm really looking forward to it. But that's the roadmap. So as of now, we're prioritizing the documentaries with the funds that we're raising. And that's why there's the minimum number of tickets. If we get fully funded, if we can do it, then this whole roadmap as we go may even fold in some additional things as we go. Some things become if we don't, but we'll start with taking off some of the ancillary stuff. But the documentaries, if we can minimally fund it, are going to be a go. But this is why I'm calling for all the help that we can get. Share this video with everyone you can. Get the word out about what we're doing, especially if you have a platform. And I don't like asking others to leverage their reach for me. But this time, in order to get this done, I'm willing to make that ask. Because what we create together can be well worth it in the end. And I know it's short notice, but 15 hours is an awful long time. We don't need weeks to get the word out. If somebody can't find a window within 15 hours to stop by, I mean, it is what it is. And we kind of are on the tick. So I apologize about the lateness, but it's taken a while to get this whole thing together. And we kind of have a window when we need to get started. But with that out of the way, let's take a look at what you're all interested in. And we're going to take a look at the lots. And we're going to take a look at the lots and what's inside of them.